Well, I just finished packing my bag, and I've got water, breakfast, and ready to hit the trail on day 2. Ended up getting quite a bit of rain last night. It just poured. I was by myself in the shelter, and then 2 guys ended up showing up. They had walked in the rain for about 2.5 miles from Long Creek Falls, which is where I'm heading right now. And they were completely soaked, so they had to change and dry off, and we all hung out for a little while. Ate some food and went to bed. Just after I went to bed, somebody else showed up who had gotten caught in some rain on Springer Mountain, coming from the same direction I did yesterday. So the 4 of us spent the night at the Stover Creek shelter. So today, those first 2 guys are headed back down towards Amicalola from where they went. Let's see. Yeah, we're going this way. And the other guy is continuing on the same direction as me, so we may end up meeting up again later today. We'll see. He'll be a few steps behind me. So I've got about 2.5 miles to Long Creek Falls, where I will take a quick break because I hear there's a good view, and it should be flowing really good today after the rain last night. And then about another 2.5 miles to the next shelter, where I will get water and have some lunch probably. And then another 8 miles to Gooch shelter. So I'll check back in a little while. I've got a full charge and a charge cable, so I can actually shoot more video today, which is really nice. So I'll see you in a little bit. just past Three Forks, and the water is really moving. Looks like there's several people camped there tonight. Their cars are parked on the side of the road, so I don't know if they're backpacking or if they're just planning on spending the night, maybe a couple of days and doing some day hiking. But they had some backpacking tents out there, so who knows? Maybe I'll see them later. So we're about 4.5 miles from Springer Mountain. Behind me, 1 mile from Long Creek Falls. It's been downhill all the way this morning for the last 1.5 miles, and now we're going uphill for about the next 2 miles, probably, something like that. I've got a break coming up at Long Creek Falls where I will get my first water supply for the day and take some more photos and video. I just left Long Creek Falls, and it was really nice. Good place to get some water, good place for some photos, good place for a snack, which I'm still working on. There are some campsites right here behind me, in case somebody would want a day hike. It's only a mile from Three Forks, where you can get on a dirt road, forest road, and park and hike in. And there's several other campsites on the way here as well. So, be a good spot for a quick overnight, right next to the falls, and you can jump in the water, have a swim on a hot day, or a cold one if that's your thing. So anyway, I'm continuing on to Hawk Mountain Shelter, where I'll get some more water. I just got a 1.5 liters here at the falls, which I'll make use of here pretty quickly, since the rest of my hike is uphill. Alright, I've just finished up here at Hawk Mountain Shelter. Stopped for a snack, stopped for a quick rest for my feet, and to fill up on another couple liters of water. So this is at mile 5.2 for today. And I've got about 12.9 total. I also had a couple tenths of a mile side trip over to Long Creek Falls, and a couple other side trips to get water. So it'll be a little over 13 miles today. And I think I'm going a little slower pace than yesterday, maybe about the same. I've just been taking my time a little bit more than I was yesterday, because yesterday I was trying to beat the rain. So we have a brief downhill stretch. I'm going uphill from the shelter right now back to the trail, but once I get to the trail, it'll be a brief downhill stretch, and then it'll be up and down, but more up, for 2 miles after that. And so I'll take a break after those 2 miles. I got about 8 miles left in my day, so I'm gonna put the camera down and get to it. And here we are. Perfect. Back downhill again. Awesome. I just finished climbing the hill up from Hightower Gap going north, and it's pretty steep. There are no switchbacks. It just goes straight up. If any of you have been to Glacier National Park, it reminds me of the Garden Wall Trail that splits off from the Highline Trail at about 8 miles in, maybe 6 miles in. It's not quite as long as that. The Garden Wall Trail is nearly a mile. This one, I don't know how long it was, but it felt like about half a mile. But it is not easy. So I'm going down again, and there will be another hill I have to come over once I reach this valley. I have to go up another steep hill. If I remember right, it's not quite as high, but it's just as steep. And then I'll come down to another valley, another parking area. I think it might be Cooper Gap, but I don't remember, and I don't really care right now. I'm just thankful for a break from climbing so I can go downhill, catch my breath, and get another drink of water. Whew. So just as soon as my breathing returned to normal, I reached the base of the hill and had to climb back up the next one. This is like a nice spot right here for camping. Nice view. Not sure if you can see that view behind me. Let's see if I can. There you go. You can see a little bit of the view. It doesn't show up good on camera, but nice little camp spot around the trail, right at the edge of the cliff. A couple of campfire spots. Really nice. In case you're just beat after climbing those 2 hills, if you're just wore out, you can stop there, pitch your tent, hang your hammock, and just have a rest with a beautiful view of the mountainside across the valley. All right, back downhill again. Whew. was halfway up the mountain between Horse Gap and Cooper Gap, and the sky just went from sunny to raining in a matter of minutes. So I'm getting dumped on right now. I made it up the rest of the mountain. There wasn't a good place to pitch my tent, and by the time I got to a tent site that was level, it's raining so much that the inside of my tent would end up getting wet anyway. So my shoes are already wet. Water's running down my legs into my boots. So there's nothing I can do about that. I'll just have to dry them out when I get to the Gooch shelter, Gooch Gap shelter, and hope they're more drying up by tomorrow. Put some dry socks in. So now I've got rain all over my lens, and I'm going downhill in the rain, so I should probably put this away and focus on my walk. I think I'm about half a mile from Cooper Gap, and I don't remember how far that is from the shelter where I'm stopping for the night, but I think it's close to 9 miles for the day, and I've got 13 total, so I've got about 4 miles to go today. It's 1:30, so once this rain moves off and the temperature picks back up again, it's going to be very steamy. Not going to be a comfortable time to walk. So, yeah, it should be interesting. I'm hoping to get to the shelter in the next 2 hours. That way I have a decent amount of sunshine to hang a line and dry my clothes, my shoes, and maybe my bag. I have a bag cover on it, but it's running down my back and getting the back side of it wet. So, oh well, hiking in the rain, it's not that bad. The rain has slowed to just a drizzle now. There's still some thunder in the distance, but I think it's moving on. And likely most of what I'm feeling is just the wind blowing the rain off the trees. But it doesn't matter. My boots are completely soaked, and every step is a squish and a little bit of suction as I lift my foot up. Feels great. Anyway, I've finished the climb out of Cooper Gap, and I'm heading down now to, I don't remember, it doesn't matter. Justice Creek, I think. It's about 2 miles away. So Justice Creek will be my next water fill up. I'm down to about 1 liter right now. So when the rain actually does stop and the water seems to have mostly fallen off the leaves, the trees, I'll get my water bottle out from underneath my pack cover and empty that, which will get me, that'll be enough water to get me to Justice Creek for a refill. It's almost 2 o'clock, less than 3.5 miles to get to the shelter for the night, and hopefully it will definitely be done, raining by then, and the sun will be back out so I can hang all my stuff to dry. Oh, looks like I have not reached the top coming out of Cooper Gap. Some more uphill. All right, I got some work to do. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, this is what Justice Creek looks like after a bunch of rain yesterday and some more rain today. And it started raining again right now, right before I got here. Remember that time, a little while back, when I said it looked like it was done raining? Well, I was wrong. It was nice out. The sun was back out. It stopped raining. The water wasn't falling from the trees anymore. It was turning into a nice afternoon. And then, about a tenth of a mile before I reached Justice Creek, it opened up again. So I decided not to fill up on water at Justice Creek and just keep walking. And it's about a mile and a half from Justice Creek to the shelter, so I can cover that in less than an hour. And that was almost a half hour ago. The hike from Justice Creek to the shelter is two uphill sections. One of them is a little bit longer, one of them is a little bit shorter. Each one of them is followed by a short downhill section, and I'm on the second of the short downhill section now. So pretty soon I'll start the last climb out of this valley up to the Gooch Mountain shelter and be done for the day. Lay down and put some dry clothes on. It should be maybe another, 20 minutes. So I'm pretty sure this rain is not going to stop before I get to the shelter. So hopefully there's plenty of room for me to spread my stuff out and let it dry a little. Oh well.
Shelter, water, camping. This way. It's about a 100-yard walk to the shelter. Ah, so close.